I'm not saying either are better between whole face or saving it. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else who had a whole face. I'm saying that however you want to live your life should be for the intention of knowing yourself and not to please nor put down other people. In high school, we were indoctrinated to save it for marriage. That you are quote unquote.
You see, this is the problem that I have. See, fellas, women don't want to be shamed. That's pretty much, fellas, I told y'all, we gotta bring back shame.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Bills. I'm your host, Michael May, and today we're going to speak about this woman expressing herself on how she regrets not having a whole face. Man, oh man, fellas, it's getting real scary out here, man. First of all, shout out to Anton Daniels for doing this video, and I'm gonna react. You guys know I like to react to the reaction videos only because I was one of the first people to actually do it. It was considered dumb and stupid. If you guys see the comments from 2 years ago, like, why would you react to the reaction video and now everybody's reacting to reaction videos? Ain't it funny? But anyway, let's dive right in. Shout out to Anton. I'm gonna fill in the gaps as we go along. But fellas, y'all in trouble. Y'all are in trouble. And once again, y'all know I like to bring my real life experiences to the table. But it's getting scary out here. Let's rock and roll.
Truly regret not having a whole face.
In high school, we were indoctrinated to save it for marriage. Or quote unquote worth the wait. Yes, I missed out on the whole era because I was too focused on sleeping early. Do people not hook up over brunch?
So hi, I'm 32, I'm bisexual. I've dated men and women. Consider this your internet older sister's take on this whole face issue. So I actually had a prolific dating.
First of all, let's start. She dates men and women. Now, first of all, y'all already know. I like to show you guys what's on deck. That's what we got out here today. Shout out to Fred the Godson. Fred the Godson put me on to this back in New York City. You know what I'm saying? But I want you guys to understand something, fellas. That's another question that I think you guys should always ask a woman when you start dating her. Hey, do you like women? And some of you guys think that this question is not important, and it is crucial. But let me not continue to talk.
Phase when I was in my 20s, but not a whole face. And I low-key regret that because you're young and full of energy. This is the time for you to do everything, make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, safely of course, and only if you want to. Whatever it is that you're doing it with people you have mutual respect with. The Queen Cher has also said this before in a clip I watched of her.
I'm sorry, I can't even wait. So, because Anton's still going to give his input in, but I want you guys to understand something. Did you hear? Man, the women out here are doomed, y'all. She said your 20s are for mistakes. Fellas, I'm going to say this again. Women think that they're men. Fellas, women are under the impression that they are a part of the male species. Fellas, I want you to understand. That's what they say about us when it comes to jobs, making money. Our 20s are to make the mistakes. Now, the faster you can as a man to figure out what you want to do with your life, the faster you get to move forward in life, and you don't have to wait till you're 45, 50, 70 years old. I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? I'm exaggerating. Fellas, this is the part that women are in denial with. People, As a woman gets older, and what I mean by older, I'm saying 2025, not 20, 25, like 28, like around there, definitely 30. Life starts to make decisions for them without them even deciding. What God, I want you guys to understand, God gives women their gifts from birth. So technically, they have a lot of time with their gift. The family's supposed to help them, cultivate them. Their fathers should be in their life, especially women, helping them understand that, you're born with this level of value. Fellas, women don't want to be women anymore. She literally just ratted on herself and said, the 20s are for mistakes. The 20s are not for... Who told these women this? But let's continue. And then she said, you're supposed to be out there sleeping with people that you have respect for. So me disrespecting the chick's body is having respect for her. She a genius, me. She a genius.
And when she was young, she was bad, but she wished she were worse. I guess I missed out on the whole era because I was too focused on like my skincare routine, sleeping early, and like all of that happens at night, right? Like, do people not hook up over brunch? What I'm trying to tell you here is that I'm not any better than people who have had a hoe phase. The whole purity culture robs you of a lot of human learning experiences, not just sexually, but also in relationships. Other than obviously our autonomy, it takes away from us the chance to explore our own sexuality, our own self, exploring your own needs and preferences in relationships. I mean, it's such a taboo topic, but the reality is how you want to be loved and made love to matters very deeply.
We're looking for homeowners within valid states to test our new 24-hour bathroom remodel service. Professional
in relationships doesn't revolve around it, but you can't lie that compatibility is an important factor of togetherness. And even if somebody said, me and my spouse saved ourselves for each other and it's magic, you're an exception. For a lot of people, it takes a lot of trial and error for us to find that in relationships. And there's nothing bad about that. In fact, we would all be in happier relationships if we knew what we wanted out of it, and if we knew when to go if it's not giving that. I mean, there is a reason why we were able to relate to Tinashe when she said, is somebody gonna match me?
First of all, fellas, I already know we're not designed to go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, right? Now, even more so women. But once again, women want to be men so bad, y'all. Women want to be men so bad.
Freak. The reality of relationships is that it has to serve the needs of both people within it, or the 3 or more people in it if you're into that, not just the man. If there ever is a man, of course, it can definitely be your choice to save it for marriage, whether you're a man or a woman. However, 2 things can be true at once. The bigger picture, purity culture reinforces oppression of women and is still centered around the benefit of men. Men have also been shamed for being virgins, but isn't just that the other side of the same coin? Women being shamed if they are sexual beings, and men being shamed for not conforming to that. So many people who have come before us they don't like and have zero chemistry with because they were told that the most valuable thing about them.
This is getting out of control. I have to take a break. These chicks be giving me a headache, y'all. Let's continue.
Defined by men is their body. If you look into the history of purity culture, it also taught couples that when they are doing the deed, a woman's pleasure isn't the priority. In fact, it's not even on the agenda. Under that concept, we're just vessels for baby making.
It actually says that the bed is undefiled, but we'll get into that towards the end of the whatever she's saying. And I always like to give credit to the content creator, regardless of whether I agree with him or not. So that link will be down in the description. Also, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And tap into the Millionaire Morning Show today. It's going to be awesome.
I'm not saying either are better between hoe phase or saving it. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else who had a hoe phase. I'm saying that however you want to live your life should be for the intention of knowing yourself and not to please nor put down other people. In high school, we were indoctrinated to save it for marriage. That you are quote-unquote...
You see, You see? This is the problem that I have. See, fellas, women don't want to be shamed. That's pretty much, fellas, I told y'all, we got to bring back shame. Fellas, I'm a heavyset guy, but I'm not as heavy as most of these super fat, sloppy 7 rows. Fellas, I have a little belly. I have a belly. My belly's round. Some of these dudes have, like, you see the rolls in their shirt. The shit, look, fellas, even me, I talk to myself, I be like, fam, what are you doing? Bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, because I too want to get into shape. But fellas, I want you to understand, shame is a very powerful tool. Look at Lizzo. Y'all see how Lizzo lost mad people, mad support? Mad fans are mad at Lizzo because she decided to get her life right. But Lizzo sold all these big chicks a dream, and now she can't go back on it. That's Lizzo's fault. That ain't nobody's fault but hers. She wanted to get healthy. Congratulations to her. I give her mad love and respect for it. It is what it is. Let's keep rocking on though.
The weight. Isn't that so telling? Like, our worth is based on us saving it for marriage. That was the whole message. They even gave out bracelets. We had baller IDs with that phrase written on it. You had to give it to them. They really had this whole campaign of trying to make it cool. All I know is I got into trouble because one time they were telling us in class, this is gonna be...
Well, see, fellas, hear me out. Women are trying to remove God from the natural order of relationships. See, fellas, hear me out. Oh, so you have to save it for marriage. That's the value. Yes. Fellas, the Bible speaks of it. Marriage is made and designed for a virgin woman. It's designed and made for a virgin woman. The same way how now y'all see chicks who are 35, 40 talking about, I want to be courted. The Bible says that courtship is for young women. If you want to involve, courtship involves the family, the decision making of the parents. Most of these girls, their parents aren't deciding for them who they're dating. And I will say this, the only culture and the only people that still kind of feel that pressure, because it is true, because we're going to do a video on that too right after this one, because I want you to understand, the only women that feel that pressure are white women, because white women literally get cast out of their racial group. Not gonna cap. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised even Asian women. But listen, let's stick to this one. Let's stick to this.
Your future gift to your future husband. And I was like, well, what's his gift to me? And the reality is, purity culture was built to control women's bodies. Boys never received this same message and this same intensity growing up, the same way it is systemically used against women. And women aren't just judged for being promiscuous.
People ask me all the time,
they want to remove
Chris, if you could only
God,
take one supplement for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
This is really,
the answer is easy.
Really sad.
Women have been unalived. It is used against us to tell us that we don't have autonomy over our bodies, that our body is owned by some guy. We haven't.
And I'm sorry, why do you think all across the world, I'm cutting off, I want Anton to talk, hear me. Why do you think all across the world, y'all, other sides of the world, why do you think there are cultures that leave certain women to die pretty much? Why do you think? Because they understand that the older a woman gets, the less value she has. And they're fighting it. I'm valuable at 40. Okay. But nobody's ever seen the value in you. You got it, girl. You get to decide what your value is. So then I'm going to decide that I am a filthy wealthy millionaire and I'm a billionaire, I'm a zillionaire, and tomorrow I'm gonna walk into the bank and they better give me my money because I believe that I'm a billionaire. I believe that. So because I believe, and that's the Disney fair, that's the Disneyland fairy tale that we live in, I'm gonna make sure tomorrow when I go to the bank, I'm gonna be like, I need you, I'm here to withdraw some money. I'm here to withdraw some money because I need to put it into some investments. So I need $100 million. I need it. I'm just, listen, hey, and they better give it to me because this is, it's the land of make believe. This is, and we make women feel like this, and this is why. Why do you think so many of these chicks can't stand Donald Trump? People. Y'all don't see what he's. We're not even gonna go there right now. All that, there's 27 genders, and it's over. It's over.
Even met yet. At the end of the day, whether you're saving yourself or exploring your sexuality, you have value either way, and you are worth respect for the mere fact that you are human. So if you want to have a whole phase, do it safely, use protection, get tested regularly, and at the bare minimum, do it with someone you respect and someone who respects you, because
at
consent and mutual pleasure matters. And that's.
Listen, fellas, I hate to break this to you, and this is why the market is absolutely trash and saturated. And this speaks to the ladies also, is that you are basically getting handed used goods, 100%. Coming from a person that has been successfully married for over 20 years, I will tell you that you are not the exception. You are not an anomaly.
Now, I will say this. See, y'all? See, now, this is where sometimes I do say, I do think that Anton is fit to speak on a lot of things, but I do feel like there are some things that Anton is not suitable to speak on, because Anton's been in a successful marriage for 20 years. So that means that throughout the whole change, throughout all of the change that's happened in relationships, there are certain content creators that supersede what he's learned about dating culture versus what we've experienced with dating culture. I want you to understand, experience is key. Experience trumps all. Experience trumps all. All right, hear me out. I want you to understand. It's like losing a parent, right? I've had many friends, and you guys know me. I've had many friends, top dogs, go to jail. Now there is a saying, like, I don't want to discredit Anton Daniels. There is a saying, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from watching other people make the mistakes. So I'm not saying that Anton is completely removed, but what I am saying is there are just certain things that you definitely have to experience. You understand? Now, I do understand that Anton does speak of a lot of things from a man who has been successfully married. I gotta give him that. Yes, I gotta applaud that. That we cannot throw that under the bridge. That he definitely, and I commend him. Congratulations to him, man. Like, you know, that's a beautiful thing. But as somebody who is married, who is a man of God, who does practice polygyny, I have an experience that he will never have. He can't bring certain things to the table that I can, and there are things that he can bring, like being with the same woman from high school. Chacho, bro, talk about it. That's a book in itself. That might go off to be the best-selling book because people want to understand it. Maybe that may be the book that'll change women's lives. You know what I'm saying? Have him and his wife discuss that XYZ. That's different. But when it comes to other topics, like men dating younger women, he may hear the information, but I can give it to you as a man who dates younger women. You feel what I'm saying? As a man that younger women are interested in, I can give that side that he just can't. But, you know, nonetheless, I give this man mad credit. I respect Anton.
Just adjusted our cultural norms to accept this nonsense. On top of this, I also want to emphasize that obviously this does not only extend over to black women. This is all women, and this is women in every culture, especially Western culture.
Yep.
And for you guys that did not have a whole phase, right? Because I really want to highlight that if you are in high school, if you're in middle school and high school, you should not be focused on having a whole.
Right.
If you want to boost the fat-burning metabolism, take cayenne pepper extract. If you want to raise your T levels, take ginseng and cordyceps.
Phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't send my child to school to ultimately be thinking about boys. Now, I do understand that, you know, boys exist in that environment, but I also understand that you are there to learn, you are not there to date. More importantly, this is why you got to make sure that you take advice from the right people that actually have success. A lot of women and a lot of people are giving advice based off of things, and they're only 32 years old, meaning that they're not even halfway done with their life, and they're already giving you advice that they'll probably regret themselves. And you cannot judge a book by its cover, because just because a woman is incredibly beautiful does not mean that they have bad experiences and packages that come along with it that's underneath all of that skin. It's a horrible mindset that go along with it. The only thing that y'all missed out on was trauma. You missed out on diseases. You missed out on people taking advantage of you. You missed out on possibly putting yourself in an uncompromising position. Now you open yourself up to things that you should have never been open up to in the first place, which you then can't unsee what you saw. And so now you're comparing everybody to things that you never should have experienced in the first place. And it's just bad. And then they want you to accept them as they are, as they raise their standards based off of things that they've experienced in the past, that in most instances is the reason why we have so many single parents out in our culture and in our society today. And they put.
Now I will say this, fellas. He is speaking facts, fellas. You are getting damaged. You are getting damaged products dealing with most women of today, fellas. I know chicks by the age of 17, 18, 19, they already like 20 bodies in. They're already like 20 bodies in. It's bad. It's bad. Fellas, it's scary. Fellas, it's scary. It's scary bad. It's a scary bad kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And this is not funny. This is not funny. You understand? Like, there's chicks out here doing some things at these young ages, man. And it's been happening since I was young. But it's worse now, because now these young girls got all this access to the internet. It's horrible, y'all. But I will say this, though. I will say this. Fellas, a woman, Kevin Samuel said it best. What goes up in value with use and time? Nothing. There is nothing that goes up in value with use and time. So what makes you think that a woman getting older, which is the time, and the use, which is her being fucking fucked through all these niggas, what makes you think that she is valuable the older she gets, the more experience she gets? Fellas, listen to me. I keep saying this to y'all, fellas. I keep saying this to y'all. Don't women always say that they're the smartest gender? They're smarter than men. They mature more than men. But then, when they're young, and you get, oh, I was young and I was dumb, and my front interlobe esophagus wasn't developed. Get the fuck out of it, fellas. I'm exaggerating, fellas. What in the world? Fellas, and y'all fall for this. I was young and I was dumb, but I thought you were smarter than me. I thought you developed smarter. I thought you matured faster than me. But that all goes out the window when it comes to women's sexuality. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny, fellas, that when it comes to women's sexuality, that's the only time that they want to be exempt from the maturity conversation, and y'all dummies will let a pretty girl like this fuck with your mind, not me.
Put this out and people champion it because it sounds good, but then you're gonna go out there and you're gonna get yourself hurt. You're gonna get yourself absolutely destroyed. Nobody is gonna care about you. Nobody's gonna save you from yourself, and then you're gonna sit there and complain about how all people ain't this and how all people ain't that, and it's not good. I'm telling you that it's not good. Now take some advice from your aunt. Unc is telling you that I come from a culture within a culture where we raise our women to look at themselves as more valuable than something that somebody can use them for.
Listen, that is a fact, y'all. Like, that is a fact. And the problem is this: a lot of these women, yeah, I know women that have their fathers in their life, but their fathers don't know how to involve themselves in those kind of conversations when it comes. But you want to know why they can't involve themselves when it comes to those conversations? Because most fathers are scared to keep it official with their daughters. That's why I've been trying for a daughter, man. I want daddy's little girl so bad. All I got is boys. I think God is like, I need you to raise some soldiers, because my oldest son is gonna be a problem. And y'all see my little man, little Lindo. Lindo is everywhere I go with him, people are like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And we're like, that's a he. I'ma have to watch. He's gonna be the one that's gonna give me problems. He's gonna be the one like, yo, dad, come on, dad. We here, little nigga. Yeah, nigga, we here. But you see your mom right there, nigga. You see? Do you see your mom is right? He's gonna be the one to give me the headache. I already know it. But listen, I already know what time it is, man. Fellas, y'all getting leftover women, man. Y'all getting the leftovers of these young chicks, man. It is what it is, fellas. But y'all know what time it is, man. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to him. Take your flowers, my boy. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn notifications. See you on the next one. We out.